My name's Julie McParland and I'm Director of On-Course Learning Solutions. In terms of leadership and my leadership journey, it's probably only in the last, I should say, 2 to 3 years that I've actually recognised fully that I am a leader. Although looking back, the signs are always there. So for example, I've got 3 children. When they were younger, it was always me who was organising baby and toddler groups, setting up after school clubs, being a school governor. So I obviously had the potential to be a leader, but I probably just didn't recognise that in myself. I think there's so many people, and especially women, who wouldn't consider themselves as a leader. I mean, when I go to leadership courses that I go to, the women there have come on leadership courses, but you could probably say that 50% of them do not recognise themselves as a leader because they might not be working in the corporate world. You know, they're leading in a very, very small way, either in a small community group, they're leading in a church, they're leading in a family, but they still are leading and they're using all the skills and qualities that you need to be a leader. And obviously in some circumstances, women bring something very different to the leadership table. I think leadership traits are common, but I do think women are more, and it's a massive generalisation, but I do think women are more collaborative leaders generally. They seek opinion more. They seek counsel with other people more before they make that decision. I know I'm personally like that. I do like to know what other people think, and it's not about avoiding making a decision. For me, it's about gathering the evidence and making sure that I've done what I need to do inside to be authentic. It's not always the case. Sometimes you can't consult. Sometimes you just have to make that decision. And equally, you know, I will do that. It does take a little bit of courage sometimes, but yes, I'll do that. But my natural tendency is to look at collaborating. So what inspires me really is working within organisations that have a social purpose. And I think probably for the most part of my career, whether that's been in public service or working in the third sector, that's where I found myself and I've been drawn towards that. I'm also motivated by other people, by seeing other people's success. And I love it when a plan comes together and when I can see results as well. That's also something that motivates me a great deal. I think some of my challenges are probably, as I mentioned earlier, being raised in a context where it was a male-dominated society in the 1960s and 70s, and it's unlearning some of those behaviours. And I think it's probably only the last 2 to 3 years that I've really sort of tried to seriously consider what some of those behaviours are and how it does actually manifest in my leadership. Some of the challenges around delegation, thinking, oh well, I can do it, you know, I may as well just get it done, I can get it done as quickly. And that's really denying other people an opportunity to develop. So that's one of the challenges that I've faced, and that's something also that I'm working on. Another thing that I'm learning is that you don't actually have to be Superwoman, but it took me quite a while to learn that. I'm also learning to have the courage and conviction to lead with your heart, and to acknowledge, if you like, your gut reactions to situations, which sometimes I haven't always done. I've always gone with perhaps maybe this is what's expected of me and gone against what I might be feeling, so I'm learning to do that. Ultimately, I think your responsibility as a leader is to look for other leaders and to develop other women coming through, to give them the opportunities and to recognise their talents.